Hi, I'm Robin Waite, and here are my top 5 tips for creating a scalable online business. So my first tip is to document the processes. Most small businesses are sub 5 people, so that means that most of the know-how within a business is actually built within either the business owner or the few people within that business. So what you want to do is make sure that each, not just your role, but each role within your business is actually teachable, learnable and repeatable to other people, so that as your business grows, you don't have to go through a really complex training process each time. If you document your processes into a user manual, for example, then any new people who come into your business can always refer back to those manuals to work out how to do key tasks within the business. What you want to do is to find the core values within your business which deliver competitive advantage, and that's quite difficult to do. So this is something which you might workshop with your team over a lunch break, for example. But ask yourself, typical phrase which people use is unique selling points, USPs, not just around their products but also their business as a whole. What makes you stand out above your direct competitors within your marketplace? And how do these constitute as core values which your business really thrives upon and that your customers will ultimately end up buying into? What all of this does is, if you can make your processes teachable, learnable and repeatable and have a strong set of core values constituting a culture, it's just going to make things more appealing to investors. So it's maybe unlikely, but should you actually leave and exit the business, it's just the tangible assets that you leave behind in terms of know-how that the investors are going to be investing in and buying into. My second tip is to automate process wherever you possibly can. We're now in a really great time whereby there are tens of thousands of cloud-based applications out there on the web. So make sure you use these applications. For example, taking a simple task like bookkeeping, for example, there's Sage 1, QuickBooks, Xero, just to name a few, FreshBooks. There's all sorts of different cloud-based applications which make the whole bookkeeping process much easier. And rather than like the old methods of accounting, for example, where your accountant comes in once a year and takes away a box full of lever arch files of paperwork, he can actually have immediate access to your accounts using one of these cloud-based tools. And that's just one way of automating a process within your business. And the more processes like that you can automate, then the more profitable that your business is going to be. So rather than you spending time doing these time-consuming tasks, there are tools out there which mean that you can use your time working on the business and not in it. Developing products through research and development, for example, rather than doing menial tasks such as uploading your receipts into a tool, for example. My third tip is about how you leverage existing customers in order to create scale within your business. You've probably already got a really loyal customer base that exists for you. So have you ever asked yourself the question, how often have I contacted each and every one of those people in my database of customers in my CRM tool? And for most businesses, the answer is, well, I haven't contacted them. They bought my product and then I've never spoken to them again. Or if it's a subscription-based tool, well, they're still paying their subscription, so they must be happy. So it's really important that you go back to those customers. It's an opportunity as well to upsell and cross-sell to them if you've developed new products. And potentially you can make more money out of them, but equally also it's an opportunity to make sure that you're dealing with any problems which they might have. So if you touch base and say, look, how's things going? If they've noticed if there's a problem or your service level for whatever reason as the business has grown has declined, it gives you an opportunity to correct that problem sooner. And hopefully, it might be that it's not just that one client who's experiencing that problem. It might be that a number of your clients are experiencing the same problem. So you fix it for one and you fix it for a number of clients. And it just means that your legacy of customers is always expanding rather than people leaving, and you don't really quite know why they might be leaving. My fourth tip is to invest in personnel. So what you want to do is hire well within your business. You don't want to hire somebody just to fill a position, for example. You want to hire the best person for that role, and if it means not hiring at all, don't hire them. The key thing here really is about having the ability within your organisation to deliver an increase in sales, but also added value into your business. You want to make sure that whatever interaction a customer has with your business is the best that it possibly can be. And by hiring subpar employees is a really good way, a surefire way of losing customers. And quite often, if you've given a lot of responsibility to the new hire, again, you don't always know or have control of why there's a problem or why the customers might be leaving. So this ensures that you have an ability to match demand, especially if you're expecting growth, for example, so that if sales are increasing, that all of your new customers are getting the same level of service that all of your previous set of customers have had. And this is about culture. This is about creating a team that understands and shares your vision and the core values to creating a sustainable and scalable business moving forward for many years to come. This is also a good opportunity that if you can't find the right person internally to do the job, then just look to outsource that particular job to another agency or freelance, or somebody who has a really high level of expertise for that particular task. And again, this means that it gives you the time to focus on other areas of your business. My fifth tip is to make sure that you have the right product. So constantly ask yourself, think objectively about your own products and ask yourself, is this the right product to service that particular market? And this allows you to quickly pivot. And if you find problems yourself with your products, or if you ask your customers if they're experiencing problems and they tell you about it, it just means that you can tweak and change that product or move into a different marketplace altogether, and hopefully expand the potential market and sales of that product and create scale within your business. So just to summarize those key points, tip number 1, make sure you document processes. Tip number 2, automate where possible. Tip 3, check in with your existing customers, make sure they're happy and look for opportunities to cross-sell and upsell to them. Tip number 4, invest in the right personnel. And tip number 5, make sure you have the right product and constantly check and ask yourself whether you're selling the right product into the right marketplace. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video and found some good tips in there that you'll take forward for your business. If you want to know more, then please do visit my website, which is onlinebusinessstartup.co.uk, or nip on over to Amazon if you haven't already and buy my book, Online Business Startup. So thanks once again for watching the video. I hope you found some of the tips helpful, and if you've got any questions, then please do leave some comments in the boxes below the video. If you want to be informed about any future videos which I upload, then please click here to subscribe. And then finally, if you haven't already, head on over to Amazon using this button just here to buy the book, Online Business Startup. Thanks for watching. I'm Robin Waite.